I got for Christmas.
Oh, this movie looks awesome. You said, nah, we're Johnny Depp, though. What happened to Johnny Depp? Why they took him out? You said the Amber Heard situation?
I know you're gonna end the stream soon, but Nuance Bro described the situation in Cali, mainly San Fran, perfectly.
What's up, guys? Nuance Bro
Put it up
checking
to
in today.
1.5 speed if you must, but it's crazy shit.
We're going to be talking about a story out of San Francisco where a man was shoplifting at a local Walgreens. It was captured on video, has gone viral, and many people have been covering it, but not many have been covering the exact details and stats associated with shoplifting in San Francisco and all that. So we're going to do that here on this channel. You're not going to want to miss it. Be sure to watch the whole video. Let's get started. So the story starts on Twitter, where local ABC reporter Leanne Melendez was at her local Walgreens, and she saw this happen. Now, despite shoplifting being one of the most common occurrences you would ever see at a San Francisco Walgreens, this particular video went viral for some reason, and people were reacting to it all over the place. But one of the particular reactions that really bothered me was this one by our very favorite communist, online communist, Hassan Piker, who also goes as Hassanabi over on Twitch.
Thoughts on stealing of the shampoo from Walgreens? Yeah, I saw this. This is so fucking stupid, dude. Like, just let people steal shit, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? They're not hurting anybody. Like, that's unironically my take. Like, what is this? This is like actually dry snitching, dude. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, are they stealing from you? No, they're stealing from Walgreens. Like, what are you, Mr. Wall or Mr. Green? Like, why are you fucking doing that?
Now, of course, Mr. Hassan Piker that you just heard right there is one of the top 10 highest earning Twitch streamers in the world, where just from his Twitch earnings alone, just the Twitch earnings that they can measure publicly, he makes well over $1 million a year. And that's just from Twitch and the yearly revenues from that platform. So it's likely a lot more than that. So this communist online millionaire is telling us, just let them steal. They're not stealing from you, right? Well, here's the problem with that logic. Because of all the shoplifting in San Francisco in particular, 17 Walgreens in the last 5 years have closed down. And here's how that affects normal people, Hassan. For years, John Sussif walked from his home 2 blocks to the Walgreens at Bush and Larkin Streets to pick up prescriptions for himself and less mobile neighbors, to get a new phone card, and to snag senior discounts the first Tuesday of the month. That changed in March when the Walgreens, ravaged by shoplifting, closed. Sussif, 77, who sometimes uses a cane, now goes 6 blocks for medication and other necessities. It's terrible, he said. On his last visit before the store closed, even beef jerky was behind lock and key. The CVS nearby shuttered in 2019 with similar reports of rampant shoplifting. I don't blame them for closing, Sussif said. So for young, healthy, communist millionaires, it might not be a problem if Walgreens are shutting down in San Francisco, a place that he doesn't live. But for senior citizens who depend on these stores to get their prescriptions and things like that, and local people in the area who use it to shop for goods, etc., it's kind of a problem when people are stealing these goods and then the stores close down and they subsequently can't buy those goods, which, you know, prescriptions you can't always just get online. Sometimes these people aren't very tech savvy. They can't do all the online stuff. Having a store nearby is very helpful. Now we'll get back to some additional reasons why his reasoning is stupid, but let's just ask this first. Why is this happening? Why San Francisco? Why is it so much worse in San Francisco? Because as we can see here from ABC 7 News, San Francisco Walgreens stores average 4 times more thefts than the rest of the country, the company says. And here's some more stats from Walgreens. When it comes to security guard spend, Walgreens spends 35 times the chain average in the city of San Francisco than they do for the average store. For security operations, 10 times the chain average. When it comes to workplace threats, so if Hassan cares about the workers working at these establishments, they have 20 times the chain average of alerts and 30 times the chain average of threats. So what's the cause? Well, one of the causes people like to point to is Proposition 47. The Proposition 47, also known as Criminal Sentences, Misdemeanor Penalties, Initiative Statute, was a referendum passed by voters in the state of California on November 4th, 2014. This is a change in law that the people of California got to vote directly on, and they voted overwhelmingly for it. Almost 60% of the voting public voted yes on this proposition. And what did it do? Well, in particular, since we're dealing with shoplifting here, it recategorized shopping where the value of property stolen does not exceed $950 from a felony to a misdemeanor. So previously, if you stole above $400 or so, that would be considered a felony, but now with this Proposition 47, they raised that threshold to $950, and it wasn't just for shoplifting, they applied it to a litany of other things as well. And many on the right will point to Proposition 47 as an example of why San Francisco has experienced this increase in shoplifting and things like that. The problem is this is a statewide measure. It doesn't only affect San Francisco. We would have expected to see a proportional increase in virtually all the areas of the state, but it's been highly concentrated in San Francisco, that the increase has been a lot more notable in San Francisco and the Bay Area in particular. So why is that? But just in case you don't believe me, let me pull up a little study here about Proposition 47, because other states have done this too. Since 2000, at least 37 states have raised their felony theft thresholds. And according to this analysis done by the Pew Charitable Trusts, raising the felony theft threshold had no impact on overall property crime or larceny rates. States that increased their threshold reported roughly the same average decrease in crime as the 20 states that did not change their theft laws. The amount of a state's felony theft threshold, whether it is 500, 1,000, 2,000, or more, is not correlated with its property crime and larceny rates. South Carolina is a good example of this. In 2010, 4 years before California passed Prop 47, the South Carolina legislature raised the felony threshold to $2,000 as a result of recommendations from the South Carolina Sentencing Commission. Evaluation of the law's impact concluded that it had no effect on the state's declining crime rate for larceny, burglary, motor vehicle theft, robbery, and other index crimes, i.e. those recorded by local police departments and reported to the FBI as part of the UCR reporting program, according to a 2018 brief by the Pew Charitable Trusts. In fact, within 3 years of the reform, larceny decreased 16%, burglary fell 10%, and motor vehicle theft dropped 26%. At the same time, property index crimes declined 15% overall. So it seems like the data is actually mixed when it comes to this Prop 47 idea. Did it contribute? I would say probably the data is mixed on that, but I don't think that's the main driver here. Now let's take a look at this graph. This is a graph showing the percent of shoplifting cases ending in arrest in San Francisco, and we have these nice little lines here indicating the date when a certain event happened. In 2014, this is obviously when Prop 47 passed, and then over here, 2020, we have District Attorney Chesapeake being sworn in. Now we can see after Prop 47 passed, we had less and less arrests percentage-wise when it came to shoplifting, and then when District Attorney Chesapeake was sworn in, we had the most significant drops we've ever seen. Now if you don't know about Chesapeake, I'm probably saving that for another video because that's a whole topic on its own. This is This guy's a disaster. I'll just leave it at that. We'll cover that in a different video sometime in the future. But this problem of the lack of arrests in San Francisco is a problem. Take a look at this list of counties in the state of California, and where do you see San Francisco? They rank absolutely last when it comes to their total arrest rate. And this has really been a hallmark of District Attorney Chesaboudin's tenure as District Attorney.
Damn. Chat, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I might go to San Francisco and get some free ointment. I'm about to get some free toothpaste. I'm about to get some free Head and Shoulders shampoo. I'm about to get some free Starbucks too. Fuck it. Free Best Buy. Free everything, bruh. Free everything. The law supports it.
Now, are these people who are shoplifting, the ones you're seeing, are they just people who are out there looking to feed their families?
You said Head and Shoulders is the worst shampoo ever? Hell no. Head and Shoulders has been having my hair on point forever. Like, I have no dandruff, none of that shit. Wait, what shampoo do you use then for dandruff? Because Head and Shoulders makes sure you do not have dandruff. And I got the good Head and Shoulders too. I got the shit that smell like Old Spice. You said it dries out your hair so much? Man, you got to use that conditioner too.
Bread here, maybe some mouthwash for my 10-year-old, because that's often what you think of when you think of shoplifting. It's someone going into the store, maybe stealing things that they need for themselves and their family, and then, you know, it's maybe $50 worth of stuff or something like that. That's not the case in San Francisco. This is a big misconception. These are not just individuals going in, being selfish and taking things just for themselves. This is part of a criminal enterprise. As you can see here in this tweet, which uses the graphic I was showing earlier, this is from a member of the Board of Supervisors in San Francisco, quoting the drugstores themselves, that 85% of the shoplifting, they estimate, is from organized crime. Now, if 85% sounds ridiculous to you and you don't believe me when it comes to the scale of these crimes, well, let me show you, because one of the biggest busts of one of these organized crime rings just happened a few months ago, last year.
An investigation just wrapped up that is the largest of its kind in the state of California, quite possibly the largest in the nation. Nearly 100 law enforcement officers spent thousands of hours over the span of 8 months, and in the end, they had to sift through a literal mountain of evidence and arrested a suspect whose nickname was the Medicine Man. We're here in the Central Valley town of Patterson because they didn't need just an evidence room, they needed an evidence warehouse. For professional thieves in the Bay Area, this has been a brutal week. This warehouse has been converted to an industrial-sized evidence processing center, now full of recovered stolen merchandise. Trailer after trailer, bin after bin, sack after sack, stored on pallets, stacked floor to ceiling, 2 stories tall. It took a team of 30 people 2 days to catalog it, mostly
They had a warehouse, bro. They had a mini Amazon with just all the pharmaceutical shit that they took. Look at this, man. They got everything. They got Bengay. They had all the shampoos. They had Neosporin. They had everything. Holy shit.
merchandise from CVS as part of Operation Proof of Purchase, making it the largest bust of its kind in California history.
$8 million in recovery, yes.
That's a lot of stuff.
Sure.
$8 million in recovery?
Crime, and says they've been tracking the so-called boosters, professional shoplifters, as they enter their stores and stuff bags with merchandise. The boosters then met up in the Tenderloin, and according to investigators, sold the items to so-called crew leaders or street fences, Isis Villanueva and Jose Villatoro and Edgar Morales. That's Morales in the red sweatshirt. Detectives say Morales actually posted this on social media, a trunk full of stolen goods and a stack of $100 bills.
They pay those thieves approximately $1 or $2 an item, and then they sell the product to an illicit wholesale operation.
From there, investigators say a distributor named Danny Drago, aka the Medicine Man, buys the stolen items.
So you sold yourself out. Your dumbass had to post pictures on social media. You fucking goofy. You should have just posted private pictures of your money. You didn't have to put the merchandise as well that you took. You snitch on yourself.
This video from a police stakeout shows him unloading trunk loads full of merchandise at one of his warehouses. Mouthwash, cleaning supplies, shampoo, foot spray, over-the-counter medicine, and more than $1 million worth of razors. Drago allegedly directs them to steal small, compact items with long expiration dates and high resale value.
Based on our reconnaissance, they were going across the day. They were going into San Francisco, and it just got larger and larger, and more people were getting involved.
Much of the goods were then sold online through what law enforcement says was a shell company run by Drago called Deluxe OTC. When law enforcement raided the home of Drago and his wife, they found $85,000 in cash, a high-speed bill counting machine, and multiple vehicles. Drago's money was allegedly laundered through real estate transactions and other businesses. At the home of Edgar Morales, the alleged crew boss, behind the picture frames, they found stacks of $100 bills totaling $50,000.
Oh my god, this motherfucker was living like Heisenberg. Oh shit, that looked like straight Breaking Bad. He was hiding stacks of money behind the Minnie Mouse pictures.
At the home of Edgar Morales, the alleged crew boss, behind the picture frames, they found stacks of
$100 bills. Stacks of hundreds behind the pictures. Nah.
$50,000. These stolen goods eventually find their way to eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and Amazon, where they're sold at a steep discount.
So the criminals that you saw in that video, the ones that buy the goods from the people that they send in to steal the goods in the first place, these people are known as a fence. This is a term that you can see explained here in this video done by Fox News 2 years ago.
This is a fence area. You know what fence means? A fence is a person that buys stolen goods.
A fence is an individual who knowingly buys stolen goods in order to resell them for profit. The fence acts as a middleman between thieves and the buyers of stolen goods who may not be aware that the goods are stolen. But that makes no sense. The fence acts as a middleman. Oh, I guess they act like they don't know that it's stolen, but they know that it's stolen.
our police officials and the DA and the mayor are working on how to eliminate or manage the drug dealing. My thing is, and I'm telling them all the time, if we end up fencing, prosecute the fencing, or do something fencing, people won't have money to buy drugs. Most of the drugs are bought from shoplifting and breaking into cars. So if they don't have a market for those goods, they won't break into cars anymore.
So in the video, you could even see an example where they showed a fencing area where these people meet up and then they exchange the goods and money and things like that. This is a very common thing done in San Francisco. As someone who was born and raised in San Francisco, I've seen this many times. It goes down in the open, in public. The police know these people. They know where they are. It's out in the open, much like the drug dealers, and nobody cares because the district attorney is not going to prosecute. It's this relaxed attitude about crime. That's really what the culprit is, this relaxed attitude about crime where criminals know they're going to be going into jail. And it doesn't just start with Chesapeake. It started with DAs before him. He's just one of the worst ones. But these people commit murder, they commit robbery, rapes, all kinds of terrible acts, and they keep getting released over and over and over and over again. You'll see this in all of these rap sheets that these people have.
That's crazy.
They know they're not going to be locked up in prison for 20 plus years. They go in to jail for a little bit, they're released, they don't show up for court, there's a bench warrant, they don't show up for that, then they go in again, they're like, oh, well, you better show up this time, and then they don't, and the cycle repeats itself over and over and over again. So ironically, Hassan Piker, who we were talking about before, the online communist who makes over $1 million a year on Twitch exclusively, just that's his revenue just from there, as someone who should be protecting the worker from being exploited, he is actually supporting a system where these workers are going into stores, taking on criminal liability, criminal penalties potentially. They're taking on the burden of potentially being arrested or whatever. Then they go to their employer, the criminal defense, and they're being exploited because they're only getting $1 or $2 per item, whereas the person selling it to the wholesaler illegally is making way more profit on top of that. So he is supporting the exploitations of these workers.
Damn.
But also other criminals in the process as well. Pretty disgusting. And again, this idea that they're not stealing from you and me is absolutely false. Here's some more data from the same CBS article that talked about this $8 million bust.
I feel like
CBS
Hassan
estimates,
really has to watch what he says online because a lot of people listen to him, especially like in political views. Because Hassan, you know, he's a very big political Twitch streamer. Like me, I feel like I could say whatever because you guys already know me. I wild the fuck out and I only talk about video games, really. But Hassan, like, he's talking more about, like, political shit. And people actually look up to him. I'm not going to lie. Like, I see people in the chat actually, like, listen to him word for word, bar for bar. You say he just got banned on Twitch, though. What he got banned on Twitch for? He got banned on Twitch because he said that word? No way. Oh, Hassan. I gotta see the clip. Hold on. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm gonna find it on Twitter. Hassan. Let me see. Give me a second. 2 hours ago. Damn, he was just banned. Yes, it's exactly for what you think it is. Anti-white racism. For using the word nah. Nah. Oh my god, dude. Where's the clip? Hold on, I'm looking for the clip. Oh, I can't find the clip. Hold on, let me see. I can find the clip right now. Okay, I found it. Give me a second. I heard it. Yeah. I mean, it was used in a way to kind of like, you know, he was going at someone. Damn.
Crime costs California about $40 million in lost sales tax revenue. That means each family pays $500 more per year in increased prices. So maybe Hassan, being a communist millionaire, can afford $500 per year. That's not a big deal to him. But for the average family, that's money out of their pocket. That's not something they can necessarily afford. Where's the compassion for those families? Because these thieves are taking money out of their pockets by doing this. So let's get rid of this AOC-like idea that this is someone going out, maybe stealing a loaf of bread for their family secretly and then leaving. No, this is part of an organized crime network. You saw the video. They needed an evidence warehouse to keep all the goods that they found from this one investigation. And this is not the only guy who's doing this. There's multiple people like this in the city of San Francisco and the Bay Area at large who are making lots of money off of these stolen goods. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Did you learn anything new from this video? If you've seen this topic covered before, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
That sounds terrible. So you telling me if I go to the Bay Area, there's a good chance if I walk into a Walgreens, some motherfucker in there with a goddamn Glad bag stuffing it with a bunch of stuff? Imagine if San Francisco punished theft like it punishes oh my god, parking violations? Bro. San Francisco is a shining example of where progressive leadership wants to take the country. Bro, Walgreens is a corporation. That guy stealing That guy stealing was in Aladdin? What? He was in Aladdin. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna steal a PS5 and a Switch and not an Xbox One. Damn. I learned that Batman should have lived in California instead of Gotham. Hey, you said it, not me. The fact CVS has organized crime experts was the most surprising part of that newscast. I was unaware of the organized crime aspect. That was eye-opening. Great job. I don't even know that either. All right, chat. It's about that time that I go to sleep. Okay, I'm going to relax for the night. You guys are amazing. It's about that time. It's 2 a.m. Thank you guys for coming out.